Hey everyone. I think people who mod Skyrim always have a set of mods that they keep for every playthrough. And I just want to share some of the mods that I keep in my load order for every playthrough of Skyrim. And hopefully it'll help you discover one or maybe two mods that you can add to your load order. So the first one that I always include is a very popular mod, and it's called True Directional Movement. I know a lot of you already have this mod, but I want to include it because it is truly one of the best mods to have been released in recent times. It brings Skyrim into the modern era of gaming with 360-degree movement of your character. This is especially great in combat. The mod also comes with this great MCM menu with a whole lot of settings where you can totally change it to how you feel or how you want to play the game. It has great features such as head tracking. This will allow your character's head to track your target. There's also the lock-on feature, which is great for combat, especially ranged combat or magic, where you can lock onto your enemy. This is very similar to how a game like Dark Souls works. All in all, I think True Directional Movement is a must-have, as it totally revolutionizes the movement in Skyrim. The next mod is called Pace, and all it does is adds this really simple MCM menu to your game that allows you to change the movement speed and the weapon speed of your character. So here you can see I can change the walking speed, the running speed, the sprinting speed, basically anything to how I want. So if I wanted my character to walk a little bit quicker, I would just go to the slider and slide it up. Let's try 200. And the weapon speeds allow you to change all the weapons separately. So you can have great control over what weapons you want to be fast and what weapons you want to attack slowly with. For example, you can make daggers, because they're so small, you can make them attack really quickly. Or like a mace, you could have attacking really slow. One of the reasons I got this mod was because two-handed weapons attack really slowly in vanilla. So I just wanted to speed those up a wee bit. Also, I use Sky SA, which has a really slow attacking animation, and I just wanted to speed that up. So here, for example, we could speed up the greatsword speed. So 10 is default, so if we made it 20, that would double the speed. And now with our quick walking speed, and you can see it's much quicker than what it should be. So it's just a great mod where you have control over how fast you want to attack. And here's the other option, you can make the attacks much slower, so it looks like you're attacking in slow motion. Of course, the main reason for this mod is to find the perfect attack speeds for you, or for your character. So these are the ones that I use. Around 13 for one-handed, and I use about 8 for two-handed weapons. And the third mod I'm going to show you is called Experience. This mod completely overhauls how experience is gained in Skyrim. You no longer gain experience by using your skills, such as one-handed and block, as this had the chance to over-level your character For example, if you leveled your pickpocket up to 100 really early on in the game, your character would be a stupidly high level, making the enemies much harder than what they should be. So this mod just allows you to level your character in a much more organic way, and the main ways to level up are by completing quests, which give varying amounts of XP, or discovering new places on the map. This really promotes exploration throughout Skyrim. Another big one is by completing dungeons or killing all the enemies in a certain camp. For example, when I kill this boss in this dungeon, it'll complete it and give me the XP. You can see the XP gained in the top left corner. Another way is by reading books around Skyrim. They only give a little bit of XP, but you can read any book in Skyrim to gain XP. And of course by killing your enemies. So smaller enemies will give you smaller amounts of XP, but bigger enemies or bosses will give you larger amounts of experience. I really found this mod just promoted you to actually play the game and explore around Skyrim, and I very much recommend it. Another mod I always keep in my load order is Out of Soul's Sweep Attacks. This mod is a standalone, it doesn't have any requirements, and all it does is allow you to attack multiple enemies at once. So in vanilla Skyrim, when you swung your sword, you would only damage one enemy. This mod changes that, so when you swing your weapon, you damage all the enemies in front of you. Really simple and really effective. And the last mod I'm going to show you today is called Enemy Evolution of Skyrim. This mod allows enemies to use spells, perks, items and shouts, which were previously only limited to the player. This mod really makes the combat way more interesting, as enemies won't just use the same 3 or 4 spells against you, they will actually become a challenge. This mod also has support of many other mods, including the very popular Apocalypse spell mod. So enemies will use the high level spells from that mod. This mod is easily one of my favorites, as combat is always different. You never know what spells or items your enemy is going to have, and just adds a lot more variation to the game. I will say though, if you're not careful, you will die a lot more as well. Anyway, that's all from me today. Cheers for watching, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you again next time.